I don't think I've been this nervous with the cold drink in my 2 hands, saying no thanks. Like anyway it goes, cause I know things they should.
Hey guys, welcome back to another tutorial video. In this look, I was in the mood to do something bright, colourful and a little bit sultry. My gorgeous model is Haylee, who is actually sisters with Rachel, who I filmed a green smoky eye tutorial with. I'm going to link that video below if you want to check it out. But let's get straight into this step-by-step recreation for this vibrant look. Okay, so I've primed Haylee's skin, but I'm going to start with the eyes and do the base once the eyes are done. So to start with, I'm using an eyeshadow base over the whole eye area and around the brows to sculpt the brows as well. Now Haylee did have her eyebrows already tattooed on, so the shape is already strong and is already there. So I'm just using the base to sculpt around the brow and to lay a base down for our color to go on top of. Now the P.Louise makeup base is all the rage at the moment. I'm just absolutely loving it. The more I use it, the more I like it. It definitely is a great base if you're using brighter, vibrant colors. So once the base is on, I started to go in with my color scheme. So I am using the Morphe 35B palette, which is just a gorgeous kind of brights palette. It's just got lots of different bright tones in it. I'm using to start with a bright yellow, and then I'm going to build into that. On top of that, I'm going to layer a bright orange and then a bright red, and then we're going to cut the crease. So the first color, of course, is this vibrant yellow, and I'm using this in the crease quite boldly. So I'm applying a lot of color. I want the color to be really vibrant, so I'm just putting it on with a fluffy blending brush, then going in with a naked brush that has no product on it and blending it out. And I am placing a little bit of that yellow on the lid area as well. So once that's done and you've got the color as vibrant as possible, then you can go in with your next shade and just build on top of that. So this is the vibrant orange, and I'm just layering it in exactly the same spot. A little bit less on the lid so that we have a little bit more of that yellow showing on the lid area, but mainly just in the crease with that vibrant orange. And next I'm adding a red. Now the Morphe 35B palette does have a red in it, but it's not a really intense red. Like, it's kind of more of a softer orange. It's definitely got a red base to it, but it's not kind of as vibrant as what you might expect from a red. So you're just layering that red on top of the orange in the exact same place. And then now we're going to cut out the eyelid area, and I am using the P.Louise base with a concealer brush to do this. So I'm just layering that product on all over the eyelid, and I'm just really gently and delicately making a very fine line as we define the crease so that it looks nice and clean. My advice when doing this would be to use a smaller concealer brush than you think you might need, just so that you can get the defined line really nice and tidy. So now, using that 35B Morphe palette, I'm going to take this vibrant pink and I'm just going to place this in the center of the eyelid. So on the inner and outer corners of the lid, I'm going to go in with a darker burgundy shade, but for now I'm just using that bright pink in the center of the lid. I just used a little bit of that red from the Morphe palette to accentuate the crease line. I don't know if you noticed me just doing that before, but I just used an angle brush with that dark red just to accentuate it, because I wanted this to look really strong, you know, like a strong cut crease, a strong spotlight eye. So now I'm using from the ColourPop range, I'm using a palette which I Love Sarah E brought out with ColourPop, and this is just because I love the burgundy that's in that palette and it worked really nicely with the pink. So I'm just applying the darker burgundy shade to the outer and inner corners of the lid and then blending that into the vibrant pink in the center of the lid. Now I'm taking a M.A.C chroma paint and I've mixed that with a little bit of water, and just literally down the center of the lid and a straight line I have put the paint, and then I'm just going to go and softly blend that over with my eyeshadow brush, which still has remnants left of the bright pink. So I'm just kind of giving it a softened finish. I just really wanted the spotlight and the center of the eye to be really, really vibrant, and I feel like the white helps you accentuate that. The next step is to add glitter in the crease. I'm using a glitter that I got from eBay. It's just a beautiful kind of rose gold tone. It's got a mixture of pink and gold in the glitter, and I used a glitter base glue before I put the glitter on. So that just goes in the crease. And now I'm using Stilla Magnificent Metals product. I'm using the color Kitten. This is just basically like a liquid glitter, and that's just kind of dotted on really softly in the center of the lid just to accentuate that spotlight even more. So using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, I'm just taking that all the way under the eye in a really strong full coverage amount, and that goes all over, then blend it in. And I find this really hard to get on camera, this part here, which is doing the liner. I just can't find the right angle, so I'm sorry, but this is not great footage. But essentially what I've done is used a black kohl pencil in the waterline, and then I used the same colors that I used above the eye, under the eye, and then I applied lashes. And I used our Phoenix lashes in Mae West, and then I applied liner. So I'm using a mixture of the Phoenix Cream Onyx liner, and then to do the points I'm using a e.l.f. black liquid liner, which I just picked up from Kmart. It's super cheap liner, but it works really well and is a really nice intense black and has a really nice tipped brush. And then I'm applying a little bit of highlight to the inner corners of the eye, and I used our Phoenix Enlighten highlighter to do that. Next is the base, so we can move on to the base now. I'm using the Iconic.London Liquid Illuminator drops. This just makes the skin look fabulous and so glowy, and it looks so beautiful on Haylee. Now I'm doing her base, so I'm using our Phoenix Cosmetics Custom Blend Foundation, which is a liquid foundation, and I wanted to use the dewy finish because I wanted her skin to look really dewy with that vibrant eye. Next, I'm applying a bit of the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I just needed a little bit of extra coverage, and I'm going in with a beauty blender to blend that out. Then I applied a really light layer of Phoenix Invisible Powder over the top of Haylee's face. And then highlighter, more highlighter. So we've got our liquid illuminator drops under the foundation, and then I added a Phoenix highlighter, which is a powder finish, in Enlighten, to the skin as well. So just doing the upper cheeks, hitting that nose area and the upper mouth, the cupid's bow, and then a little bit on the chin, and then I dipped a little bit of my brush into the highlighter to give the skin on her forehead a little bit of a glow too. Next is blusher, and for blusher I'm actually using a bronzer. This is more of a cooler tone bronzer. This is our Phoenix bronzer in Matte Bronze. And then for lips, I wanted a glossy lip, so I'm using M.A.C lip liner in Stone, which is a really gorgeous cool tone shade. It's kind of like a concrete grey, and it works really well when you layer a pink on top. And then on top of the liner, I layered our Phoenix Playful lipstick on top with Cloud9 Plumping Gloss, which is like a soft gold on top of the pink. Came together really nicely. And there we have it. That is the finished look on Haylee. Kind of different. I know it's really vibrant, but I feel like it's quite eye-catching, and I really like the black liner, the smoky liner under the eye with the liquid liner above. It just kind of brings the whole look together, and I think Haylee's skin looks absolutely amazing with those iconic drops and the Phoenix Custom Blend Foundation. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!